Welcome to our tutorial on how to assign tracked legislation to clients. So we're assuming if you're watching this tutorial, you've already created clients, you've already chosen legislation for them to track, and now we're at number 3 here, assigning tracked legislation. So in our quick start guide, we want to create clients, we want to choose legislation, we want to then assign. So we're at that point. So couple of different ways that this can happen. You can assign one piece of legislation to multiple clients at one time, or you can take one client and assign multiple bills to them at one time. So most straightforward way to do it is to come here to our assign track legislation to clients. This is a link. If I hover over it, you can see the pointer turns to a hand. I can click on this and it will take me to an assign legislation page. I can also get to that same page through the Clients tab. So if I'm not on the dashboard, I can go to the Clients tab and get Assign Clients to Legislation, or I can go to the Legislation tab and go Assign Legislation to Clients. All three links are going to take you to the same page. It's going to take you to this Add Legislation Client Assignments. And from here, you can see the legislation is here, and this will allow me to choose one bill and assign multiple clients. This other side will let me choose one client and assign multiple bills. So this is the most straightforward way to do it. So let's pick a piece of legislation, go to House Bill 3, and let's add a client. We can add both of these clients at the same time. If I click Assign, it's then going to take me back to this same page. Doing that then for the clients, let's go into brand new company. And now we can see all of the pieces of legislation that I'm tracking that I have not yet assigned to this client. So I can come in here and choose several bills and click assign. It will also take me back to this same page. So now from these pages, I can do things like adding positions at a later date. And there'll be another tutorial showing you guys how to do that. So for now, we're just focusing on the assignment. Now, other ways you can do this is if you're on My Track Legislation, for instance, and you're coming through, you're scrolling down the list, you can see these have already been assigned to some other people. That's where my bill assigned to at least one client. You can see that up here. That's in our legend. You can see all that. So if I can see this has already been assigned to someone, it's not left for me to do. So I can, if I'm scrolling down and I run across a bill that has this assign button, and we can tell this is something I have not assigned to any of my clients yet, I can click on the assign button. All of my clients are here ready for me because I have not assigned this bill to any one of them. And I can take 3 of them and click assign. And so then it's going to take me back to my track legislation. And if I go back down to House Bill 22, I believe it should have now the green circle with the check mark. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is from right in the bill itself. If I click on the bill, say it's one I've already assigned, and I'm in this bill, I'm reading the synopsis, or doing whatever, or the summary, and I decide, oh man, I need to see who's assigned. Okay, only one client is. I need to add more clients to this. I can come up here to this plus sign, click it, and now it's only showing me the ones that aren't already tracking this. So it narrows that list for me. I can choose 2 more, 3 more, all of them, whatever you want, click assign, and it'll bring me right back to this legislation detail. So now if I want to do other things like add positions from here, I can do that. So that's another way that you can do that from in here. The last way I'm going to show you is if you're in the clients page and you're looking here and you want to assign things to Doggy World. You see we're in Doggy World's profile. I've got this plus sign on legislation, and now I can add more bills to Doggy World's list. I run down here, click them, get to the bottom, click assign, and it's going to bring me back to this page. So I can then now come in and add positions. Oops, as I said, that's going to be a later date. So that's it for assigning legislation. Recap that, you can do it from inside the client profile. You can do it from inside the legislation profile, again over here. You can do it from the My Legislation page if you have an assign button. If I can find one that I have not already assigned. I don't have any. I've assigned them all in here. Or I can do it from this assign page. And so this is one other thing to point out is this is going to default to all bills that you're tracking, but you can narrow that down to come into bills that have not been assigned yet. So again, this would be um, that whole green button type of situation. So those are the ways to do it. So again, from the assign um, page, which you can get to from legislation here, from clients here, from the client's profile from here, or from the legislation profile from here. So you see the clients are tracking. We want to add a client. In the legislation side, we have legislation and we want, that's one I just showed you, or from the client side, we want to add legislation to the client. So one, you'll get used to it. You'll find the best way for you to do it. Again, I believe the most straightforward way is from this add legislation client assignments. But if you do need help, if you run into issues, we've got this help tab up here. Click this email support and let us know that you're having issues. We'll be happy to help you out. We also have more tutorials here. So thank you very much for watching, and please tune in to our other tutorials if you need more assistance.